right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash. The bonus our apostles, a great millstone, the group, honor with diligence, honesty, brothers out there pushing this truth. And love and sincerity, wake up the elect, peace be to the elect and their families, those that change according to the word. Calling on the names Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai in the time of trouble. We say, peace be unto you. May the Lord have mercy on you in these evil times that we're living in. And, you know, as you watch the news and what's going on in the world, you can truly see that these are evil times. You know, this is an evil time that we're living in, you know. And we should all be more and more thankful and grateful, you know, that the Spirit chose to open our eyes and appreciate this truth more and more as we see the day approaching. We should really appreciate the Lord opening our eyes and allowing us to understand this truth. To put a spirit of diligence on us to keep searching out this well of knowledge the Lord set before us, man.
That's right. Because
the scriptures speak about how wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Strength of salvation.
Yes, sir.
Especially in these times. I got a precept.
Yes, sir.
2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Yeah, perilous times are coming. You know, we was just watching that sit down with Elder Malcolm, you know, talking about, you know, everything that's going on with the borders, the border crisis, and you know, how all these migrants are in the land, and you know, and the government has even said, you know, a lot of them are sleepers. And these people, you American people, you don't know what it is to live in a time where murder is rampant, where there's multiple terrorist attacks. You know, where a lot of you've never seen a bomb go off. You know, you don't know the feeling of when the ground shakes beneath you. You know, and you know, like me, like I can tell you the best I can, man. That's a scary situation when some shit blows up, man, and you know. You hear the screams of people, man. You hear, you know, a lot. Well, there's been several bombings here in America, but not recently. You know, right. but now, the Lord is going to allow this place to be touched.
Yeah, remember that Ishmaelite dude that was at the border? Mm-hmm. He said, "You're gonna know my name soon," or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then tell him what you were just telling me about how all the troops, National Guards, and police going down.
Oh yeah. They're putting their efforts and they're focusing to send 25 states are sending National Guard and police to the southern border. So what's going to happen? The police are already shorthanded. You know, the National Guard aren't really a government, a public entity like that, domestic entity. They deal with mostly foreign policies. The National Guard, they deal with, you know, emergency situations. But, you know, if they're all at the southern border, then that's leaving those states vulnerable, man.
Yep. Right.
So if crime starts to skyrocket, if these attacks happen, they're gonna have to scramble people. But you know, these people are gonna be stuck in this border situation.
Yep.
You know, so hey man, people are going to be vulnerable in these times, man. People are going to be
asked out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because the average American out there does not know how to survive, you know, in bad times, in bad conditions, without relying on the government or relying on, you know, these different cities and the way that they're set up and established. Now, I looked up the word perilous, and it comes from the Greek word kalepos. It says, through the idea of reducing the strength, difficult, that is dangerous, or by implication, furious, fierce, perilous. Because it's going to get very hard out here, and the average person, the average American, is not ready for what's coming.
Yep, hey, because you've been groomed to be comfortable. You know, you've been groomed to enjoy this present moment. You know, life hasn't been hard in America like it is in these other countries.
Yep.
And now you got people that are hardened coming from third world countries enter into this place
that are used to those conditions.
Yep. And these people are spoiled.
Yep.
You know, the scriptures say what? Why is he spoiled? You know, the people in America are spoiled, man. They don't know, like, when hard times come, man, people gonna start killing themselves. You know? You wait, man, like the Lord, man, all the pride of this country, all this get to the money, all this talk about, you gonna have to, if anybody want to date me, you gonna have to make $100,000 and blah blah blah.
I can't wait for you hoes to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I can't wait for some shit to break out to fucking shut you fucking skanks up, man.
Yeah,
Once and for all. You go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true, but you know what, the Lord is about to all that. That's the covenant that Eve made with Satan.
Yep.
It's about to be disannulled. Now you're gonna be out here. Don't nobody want you. You're gonna be out here
thirsty.
Just
destitute.
You don't have no survival tech. Your survival technique is let me go and get to the money. Let me go to my job. But what happens when there ain't no job? What happens when there ain't no money?
Yep.
What happens when there's so much violence that you're afraid to leave the house?
If you have a house to stay in. 2 Ezra 15:1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, nor let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Yeah. Hey, we know the majority of the people that's against us are our people. No, we're crammed into neighborhoods with Jake, and Jake hates Jake.
Yep.
You know, our people, they despise one another. Well, listen to Bernie Mac, he made a joke. He said, he was standing at heaven's, he had a dream, he was standing at heaven's gates. That he died and he was standing at heaven's gates. And he was like, man, I want to make it. He said, the angel told him, there's one way you can make it. If you ask the Lord a question he can't answer. And he said he went and whispered in the Lord's ear, and the Lord said, open the gates. And he said, the white man asked him, what did you ask him? He said, I asked him when niggas gonna stick together. Hey, these hard times coming, Jake ain't gonna stick together.
Shit, they don't stick together now.
Only the men of the Lord are gonna stick together. People look at us when we go out. Among they like, how the fuck are these dudes having all together in peace, having a good time? You know? And the black women look at us like, oh, they're all gay. It ain't no women with them. You know?
But then they got so-called gay friends.
Yeah, but we at peace. We laughing, joking, smiling. We're not worried about what nobody think about us. You know? But hey, that's the spirit of the Lord, man. That's the gift of having the spirit of the Lord on us, man. We got peace amongst each other. You know? We got real brotherhood, real love. You know? But these people out here, they're not gonna band together.
Yeah.
You know? Because why? That spirit is not in them. People are gonna be betraying one another with a smile. Hey, you're my neighbor. No, hey, you my neighbor. I live across the street. Let's help one another. And you thinking that y'all gonna bond together and they're gonna off you and take your goods. You know, that's the times we're coming in. The betrayal is gonna be at an all-time high. Hey, if you ever watched The Walking Dead, but we start reacting when there's a major event, the shadiness, you know, of people, man, like the mistreatment. A lot of people ain't never been through nothing, and now people are gonna start to suffer, man. Woo! Man, I'm telling you, man, there's gonna be some shit going down, man. You know, the Lord is about to really unleash His wrath on the ungodly.
Right. This is a scripture to back up the Elder Damashpa, what he said about when we go out among these people. This is 1 Peter 2:12. Having your conversation honest among Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify the Most High in the day of visitation. You know? So pretty much that they recognize that when they see brothers coming together. I read it again. Having your conversation honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak evil against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify the Most High in the day of visitation.
Yeah. Hey, when they see me and the apostle together, you got, you know, me, I look like a Jake. I'm dark skinned, I look like a Jake. You know what I'm saying? But then they see me with him, and and he's north of the kingdom. Hey, they look at us like, damn, these two dudes to get together? You know, like what?
Peace and harmony.
Like, you know, like they see us laughing, having a good time, talking shit, and they like, damn, these dudes are actually cool with each other.
Yeah.
It's like a shock to them. You know? But hey, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know, we become one body, one flesh, man. All of us have become one. Of
the same mind, no divisions.
Yeah.
Not unity camps with all different type of, different type of doctrines and beliefs. So going back to 2 Corinthians 15, it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
All the unfaithful will die in your unfaithfulness.
Hard time coming.
A lot of people just watch us for entertainment, but you're going to die. Yep. And it's going to be entertaining to the people that kill you.
That's
you
right.
know?
Yeah, because the average American in the military or in the, police department, they're not going to necessarily shoot and kill Americans for no reason unless their life is in danger. But these average foreigners that are coming here that don't have those ties to Jake or the people in this of America, they're not going to have a problem with deleting individuals out here.
Nope.
They used to speak about the Gurkha troops.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a lot of different troops, so-called Russian, so-called Chinese, and different other nations, all up in America within the last few months or however long the border's been open down there for. So they're already in place. So as the Elder Damashpa said earlier, as these troops and stuff are going down there to protect the border, you already have a lot of those individuals already in here. And when the shit breaks out and let's say they're down there defending the border, and the ones that are already here start going crazy in these cities, how are the people going to be protected when the majority of your troops and stuff are down defending the border? When you have millions of people that already crossed and have been in America for how long? So it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what's coming. It says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And this is the reason why the Lord is setting the stage for the destruction of America, because just as the old world became so wicked that the Lord couldn't stand looking upon it, and he brought the flood, is the same way it's happening right now. The Lord is angry with this place. This place, the iniquities of this place really can't go any further. But the only thing that's keeping this place from total collapse and destruction is that the MOTB hasn't been fully implemented, but everything is moving in that direction. We were just listening to Scott Ritter on the Elder Makama's channel, and pretty much he was saying how these migrants come in here, they don't have bank accounts. You know what they're gonna give them? They're gonna give them those UBIs or CBDCs or something along that line, or they could just go straight to the transition of the MOTB, which is the micro CHIP, and have them get paid in that fashion.
Yeah.
You see? And what is that going to do? That's going to collapse everybody else to where they're going to either have to comply. This is a scenario, and we're not saying it's going to happen that way, but they're going to have to comply to the mandates of the government if they want to survive. Because the average person out here is finding it harder and harder as each day goes by to survive, to pay their bills, to get food on the table, to put gas in the car, so on and so forth. You see? And it's going to only get harder. And as each day goes by, inflation keeps on going up higher, the dollar keeps being devalued, you're looking at the collapse of the economy of America and pretty much of the world.
Yeah.
It says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Because there comes a cutoff point. There comes a cutoff point where the Lord, you know, comes in and says, okay, that's enough. It's time to move to the next phase. And we're about to move to the next phase. Take me to the next phase, baby. You know, they're about to move into the next phase. And that's why you see shit shutting down. You see prices escalate. You see, I was watching the video earlier. This one individual was breaking down how back in 1938, not even not 100 years ago, but close to it, how everything was a lot cheaper. You know, if you want to go buy a car, you bought a car for so much. You went to go get gas, about 10 cents. You bought this, it was 25 cents. You know, you went to work, your average income was so and so, and your rent was very, very minimal. But now today, in today's standards, shit is skyrocketed. And the money that people are making is not enough to be able to live, you know, and thrive in this society. So why do you think they're doing that? Because they're putting people in a predicament to be in a really bad case so that they will be willing to accept this MOTB, which is the solution that they want in the first place. It's called pressure from above and pressure from below.
Hey, and don't forget, Elon Musk released, Elon Musk, they said they just did the first brain transplant, and so far it's successful. But don't forget that Elon Musk created a brain microchip that has nanobots in it that can destroy disease. You know. And another thing, if this so-called disease X that everybody's talking about now, if it starts to take life, then they'll say, well, hey, you could take this brain chip and it has nanobots in it that will go through your body and destroy the disease. But then after that, you're marked.
Pretty much, you know, because they already got you. And the goal is to keep track of everybody. Remember, the scriptures say that this devil wants to be like the Most High. And in order for him to be like the Most High, he has to be able to control everything that humans do. You know their whereabouts, because the Lord, no matter where you are, even if you have your phone or not, even if you have a GPS or whatever the case may be, you have the internet or not, the Lord knows everywhere that everybody's at all times. And that's what Esau wants. He wants a mechanism to know where everybody's at, and also a way to control your finances. They always bring out how when the time comes, you're going to get these UBIs, so on and so forth, but the UBIs are going to be set up to where you have, when you get that money, you have to spend that money. And you can't save that money, because if you save that money and you go over a certain amount of days, they'll strip that back from you and take it away. Not like today. Like today, you could save money. 1 week you might be able to save. Next week you might not be able to save. But then the following week you might be able to save double, to where you could put a little, you know, nest egg to the side. They don't want that. They want everybody on the planet to be totally, you know, dependent on the government. Right? So it goes on to say in 2 Ezra 15:7. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. This is why you see the prophecies flying off of the pages, because the scriptures say at the end they shall speak. It says, which they profanely commit. Yeah,
they profanely commit. Now, it's okay. It's okay for a man to be a mo. You know, it's okay for a woman to be a rod hopping skeezer.
Oh Lord.
You know, there's no sanctity in relationships. No, there's no love. Like, a lot of people don't even love their children. You know,
it's all about that money.
Yeah, children are looked at as a check,
a commodity.
You know,
these women are all hoes.
Yeah.
There's no more loyalty.
Nope. You can't trust these men either. You know, because these men are smiling on your face and be making passes at you on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like it's all fucked up. But us, we are not of the world. So our circle, you know, because I don't hang around no niggas, man. You know, I got a few friends in the world, but I don't really hang around them either. I talk to them every now and again. You know, a few friends I was in the military with, you know, that I talk to every now and again, that I'm cool with. But I don't really hang with them either.
It says, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Yep. Hey, you're gonna start getting punishment for the sins that you committed. And a lot of you have what's called laden sin poured over, man. You know, and the Lord is gonna start passing out swift judgments, man.
Swift judgment.
The scriptures say what? Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, it is fully set in the heart of men to do evil, right?
Yep.
But now it's coming to the time where people are going to start paying for their evil, and the payments are going to be heavy.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be hefty. You know, they're going to be hate-filled payments from the Lord, man.
Hard to bear.
Yep. And what's going to happen? That pride, that high, lofty spirit is going to fall to the floor, man.
Yeah, because all the lofty looks of man shall be humbled in that day.
Yes, exactly.
It goes on to say, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. These are the souls that you killed, the blood that you shed in this land. And the souls of the just complain continually. And that's us. We are complaining continually every day. Whether we're doing it verbally, whether it's something that we think about in our mind, or whether our spirit is crying out to the heavens for the Lord to hurry up and judge this place so we can get the fuck out of here, man.
Yep.
It says, you have something to say?
No.
It says, and therefore saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Because remember, in the book of Revelation, it speaks about this. That this whore, in her was found all the blood of the saints and the prophets, so on and so forth. So this place has not been absolved of the crimes that have been committed against the children of Israel. And the Lord is going to judge them for that. And that's the reason why this place is going to be left a smoking plain. Mm-hmm. This is that lake of fire. Not no goddamn place you go and burn forever. You know? Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And America spiritually today is known as Egypt, which is the place of our bondage. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Mm-hmm. Right? Because the land of Egypt was never destroyed. This destruction is talking about America, the complete annihilation of the land called America. Well, nothing will be left here. Everything you see, mountains, trees, you know, houses, buildings, you know, vehicles, all of that is going to be erased and wiped out. It's going to be just a plain. Meaning it's going to be flat land all the way from east coast to west coast, from north to south. It's just going to be smoking. And once it clears, the only thing that will be ever living here ever again will be desert creatures, animals, devils, unclean birds, unclean reptiles, so on and so forth. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon him. And what is that ultimate plague and punishment? Those missiles. That is the ultimate plague and punishment for this place. The missiles that were given to this devil to so-called defend himself, but really to be judged of himself at the end. Mm-hmm. Because the same blessing that you received of the sword is going to be your condemnation and your curse.
Yep, absolutely.
And then the chariot's going to come and fuck your ass up too.
Yep.
So it says, they that till the ground shall mourn. Who are that? Who's that? That's the farmers. What's happening to all these farmlands? What's happening to these different distribution centers of food? Mm-hmm. They're going up in smoke, up in flames all of a sudden.
Yep.
The trucks are not rolling out like they used to.
Yep. And a lot of these farmers are losing crop because when it comes time for them to harvest or make their yield, cold, like the scriptures say, the seeds shall fail through blasting and hail. Cold snaps come through and kill the crops. So there's been a lot of crop loss in the recent years, man. You know, because you know, like, you know, late in the spring or whatever, when the crops start coming up, a cold snap will come through, and the crops will die off. You know. So, you know, like, so production is very low. in this country. Production is low.
Yeah, and these devils are buying farmland because they're pushing their seeds, GMO seeds, which GMOs do not work well with our system.
Yeah.
This is why when the body doesn't know what to do with something, what does it do? It stores it as fat for energy later.
Yeah. Bill Gates in his appeal.
That's why these people are fucking obese. Because the body does not know what to do with that fucking bullshit. And they're so demonic and so in a trance and zombified that what they do is they continue to eat because those foods that they give you with those different, ingredients in it are addictive. Just like drugs or alcohol.
Yep. And another thing, your body continues to crave food because what? You're supposed to get nutrition from the food.
Right.
If you're not getting nutrition from the food, your body will also crave food for the sake of nutrition.
Right.
So hey, at this time, you know what I'm saying, you got to take herbal supplements. You got to take supplements, man. Right. Because there's nothing in the food. It's destitute. If you ever notice, when you take supplements and herbs, your body doesn't crave food like it usually does if you don't take it. Because why? You're putting in the things that are supposed to be in the food. Right. That's
right. So it goes on to say, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail.
So that was the scripture.
Yeah. And with the fearful consolation.
Yeah. And with the fearful consolation. The seeds are failing because they having these cattle in Wisconsin and Montana was dying, man. Yep. So hey, famine is on its way, man. There's a shortage in all these things. So now Bill Gates is going around buying up all the farmland, and they're telling these farmers, hey, destroy your cattle, destroy your crops.
Yeah, and they'll pay them more to destroy them than they would get if they sold them.
Yep.
And you got to remember, you got to pay to raise them, graze them, then they got to butcher them. They got to pay for that. Then they got to pay for. So pretty much, if they're giving you money more than you would spend to sell the stuff, then you're compelled to do that. Especially now that the times are so hard and the economy is not doing that well. So it goes on to say, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
Ooh, the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Because all of these things that we're talking about, the loss of food, finances, is going to lead to what? It's going to lead to high rates of crime.
Yep.
Such as beyond we've ever imagined.
From desperation.
Yep. Yep. Because people have never faced this type of,
in America, so
yeah. No, you're right. Especially in America.
But they're about to get out that comfort zone.
Yeah. They're going to be troubled. The people in America are comfortable.
I got something right. I look up the word desperate in the regular dictionary. It says a person who is frightened and in need of help. Another one is arising from or marked by despair or loss of hope. Woo-hoo. Remember what Gerald Salente said, when people have nothing to lose, they lose it. And when they lose it, when they lose their shit, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to take it out on other people because they have something that they want. And when we go back to that scripture, that's what it speaks about. It says, for the sword, back in 2 Ezra 15:15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And why are they going to be doing this? Because for the most part, most people respect each other. They don't just roll up on people and then take their shit. You have instances still, of crimes and stuff that go on. But for the most part, people respect each other. Right? But it's going to come a point where that respect, that those lines are going to be crossed. Why? Because people are going to be in a desperate state. And when they have nothing to eat, their next thing is survival. Yep. And what's the best way for them to survive? To find something to eat. And if they don't have it and they can't find it, somebody else has it and they're stronger than them, guess what? They're going to take from those other people.
Yeah, and you haven't seen large groups of people push to that extent of survival. You seen that in this country. The likes of which we've never seen is what's going to ensue. And a lot of you people, you got a 9mm with 13 rusty bullets, and you talking about I'm ready.
You ain't never cleaned a goddamn gun in your life. You ain't got no ammo. You don't know how to shoot. That movie, they show you that they're releasing the signal that the ability to where they can't commit any crimes. So it makes me think of the micro C hip being inserted into people, whether in their brain or their hands, with whatever they're putting in there to debilitate these people, so that they can't do the thing. Because remember, when you watch these futuristic movies, these what they call dystopian movies, it shows you a world of peace among the masses. Why? Because they're heavily sedated, or they're just, you know, in such a docile state, or they've been programmed to act that way, or they've been beaten down so much that they've become numb to their surroundings. And that's what Esau's doing. Esau's beating the fight out of people. And that's the only reason, the only way to escape these perilous times that are coming is through the spirit and power and the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai through the Ruach HaKodesh. That's going to be the only way to survive in these days. That's why it says that knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. What the fuck this shit got it going through? They trying to take it to a goddamn KKK rally or some shit. The fuck? What's going on over here?
Hey, the Lord got it.
It says, for the sword and the destruction. They said, oh, they probably got the fucking car rigged to where it's going where they want to go. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right, and that's going to be, you know, the weapons that they have to protect themselves. All right? So it goes on to say, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. See, so sedition means what? An uprising against the government, against each other. People are going to be line crossing in these days. Why the fuck did it bring us this way to bring us back around? That's some bullshit. Anyways, for there shall be sedition among men, one another. They shall not regard they're tired of hearing cops. They're tired of hearing the authorities. They're tired of hearing their congressmen, senators, mayors, you know, so on and so forth, telling them that things are going to be all right, and shit just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. They're tired of that pacifier that doesn't work, that rusty ass binky that they've been putting these people's mouths. They're tired of that shit, man. You know? It says, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Why? Because anarchy will ensue. Anarchy means no rule, no law. A person will govern themselves by what they feel is right. As long as they, you know, as long as they benefit, they don't give a damn about anybody else.
Yep. And you women that ain't got no man. You ain't got no man, and you thinking that, oh, I'm gonna make it, the spirit gonna protect me and all that shit. Hey, the scriptures say, hey, you better have a man. A man gonna be your covering.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord got me, I'm gonna be all right and all that shit.
I'm the bride of Jesus.
That ain't nowhere in the scriptures.
I'm the wife of Jesus.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, like people gonna get, a lot of people gonna get a rude fucking awakening, man.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people gonna get a rude awakening, man. The Lord is gonna do some things, man. You know, people think, oh, I'll be all right, and this and that. Hey, okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Hey, all these men, just think, all these men that's sex deprived, these incel men.
Oh yeah.
Just think when they get the freedom to do what the hell they want.
Oh well, men in general in America are sex deprived.
Yeah.
Because of these skanks out here.
Yep.
You know, it's only a handful of dudes, the simps that got money that get these hoes for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, so them men they're gonna get their get back. You hoes that that then lay down with Tom, Dick, Harry, and Harriet, and got all these different children, and blame it on individuals that is not even their children, and then it come to find out that they're not their children, and they're still paying child support and having to pay alimony or whatever the case may be, you're gonna get it too.
Yep, you're gonna get it.
It's gonna be an all-out assault on you fucking women out here.
Yep. Ooh, man.
You know?
A man can pretty much handle himself.
Yep.
You know, but a woman is defenseless. The woman king spirit, that shit can go out the window when some real trouble hit.
Yeah.
When trouble hits, women look for men.
Yeah.
Believe me, I was in the military. I was in Iraq with women. When them bombs was going off, what do you think they was doing? They was looking for a man. Hey, when shots was going off, when the base was getting fired upon, what do you think they was doing? They wasn't saying, "Oh, I got it." They wasn't grabbing their rifle and saying, "Let's go get them." No, they were scared.
Right, they wasn't going, "Ahoo!"
Yeah.
Or "Hoorah!" whatever the fuck they say. They was talking about some "ayuda." It means help. Shit. That's the only hoorah they was doing.
Ooh, shit.
So it goes on to say, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. The main places that's going to be hurt and jacked up are these fucking cities, man. These cities are going to get it.
Yeah.
They going to get it. They going to get blasted to kingdom come. Because when you watch these futuristic movies, once again, what happens when you go into these cities? The Walking Dead, the Road, the Book of Eli, and all these other places, all these other 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and all those movies like that. The fucking cities are abandoned. Then you see money, change, and dollar bills, $20 bills, $50 bills, $100 bills, all over the place, and ain't nobody stopping to pick them up. Mm-hmm. They even show you that in the movie Omega Man with Charlton Heston. Way back then, they show you a scene where he was walking. You saw big ass blocks of gold and money on the ground. He didn't pick that shit up. He wasn't concerned with that. All people are going to be concerned with in that time is survival and food.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And drink, something to drink.
Yep. And a lot of people see people that never experience trouble. Well, I'm gonna lay hold up in my house. If the police can bust in your house, then anybody can do it. You know, somebody, 3-4 men. It don't matter what kind of locks you got on your door. People will find a way out. I got a storm door, a metal storm door. You know, a man can take a crowbar behind that and just pull the screws out the frame. It's framed in wood.
Yep.
The screws will come right out. That storm door. Oh, I got a storm door. Hey, a man knows that you can get a crowbar and you can jimmy that whole storm door off.
Yeah.
You know, then a few kicks, he'll be in your house.
But is this shit bringing us back to where we just came from?
They said it's something about a road being out or something, but they're saying it's a quicker way. I don't know.
Man, bullshit.
Yeah.
So it says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that, well, so you don't say women, because women going to be strong that day. Okay, let's see. We'll see. We'll see if women are going to be strong in that day. Women are going to be the first ones, that's going to be the casualties.
They're going to be through.
It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
Hey, I keep saying this. When Hurricane Katrina hit, there was a woman out there by herself. Nice looking woman. She was sitting. When the guy found her, she was sitting on the ground crying. And he asked her, "What's wrong?" She said, "Yeah, these 3 dudes raped me, and then I saw the police and I ran to them for help, and they raped me." And then recently it was another story, a similar story. A woman that got raped went to the police, had half her shirt ripped off, and then the police officer raped her too.
Okay.
You know, I mean, recent. So man, like, hey man, that covenant that you made with this society is gonna be disannulled, man. The course of a man's action is gonna stand in his own power.
That's right.
So people ain't gonna respect no police badge. People ain't gonna respect. Hey, people ain't gonna uphold the law. Ain't gonna be no law.
Nope. Every man for himself.
So what you think gonna happen to those that are weaker?
Yep. You're gonna get steamrolled over. All right, inside joke, but it's true. Stop at that gas station.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know.
Hey, man, the Lord about to do some shit. Cool. The Lord about to do some major shit in the earth, man. Like, people don't understand. Like, hey, the level of trouble that's coming. Hey, everybody's gonna be touched.
God, that's right. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Man, they're gonna be destroy their house with the sword. They're gonna come in there. They're gonna shoot the door off.
Yep.
They're gonna jimmy the door off or do whatever they have to do. They're gonna bust out the windows. They're gonna come through the window.
Yep.
You know?
No. We should just get some gas here, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't know, you want to keep it going, or you just want to? We'll just end it and come back.
Come, yeah, we can.
All right. So Lord's will, you know, you brothers and few sisters have been edified. You know, we're gonna take a quick pit stop, and then Lord's will we'll resume once we resume on our trip. Shalom.
Come. Shalom.
Oops.
Woo.